Hi, I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Today I'm just going to record these really cool double gatefold cards that I've made, and I did show this in a class on last Thursday. And here's another one. This is using the Magnolia Mood stamp set, and this is the textures, inspiration of textures, or texture, I can't remember the name of the paper, isn't that funny? And then this is the upcoming Christmas paper called Golden Greenery, and it will be available on July 3rd on the online exclusives. So, and both of these I use the Magnolia Mood stamp set, and I'm just going to show you one today. I'm using the some paper from a couple of years ago. It was a masculine paper that we had, and I just thought this is it's a pretty paper, and it's got this gold trim with a map on the back. So I thought that would be really cool. This is a piece of designer paper. It is 5.5 by 12, which means I need to stretch my cutter out. And I'm going to score this at 2 inches. Oops, and I need to move my cutting blade because I don't want to cut it. I want to score it. And I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Okay, 2 inches. Oops. 4 inches. 8 inches. And 10 inches. There we go. Okay, and once you do that, you want to determine which side is going to be your front and which side is going to be your inside. So I am going to have the yellow on the inside. And what that does, whatever's on the inside is this piece here, this trim. So that will show, and then this is the front of the card, okay? Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to fold that way, and move this over, and I'm going to fold this one in this way, and you'll see why it's called a double gatefold in a second. So then this will fold out like this, and this one will fold back like this, and we're just going to get a nice crease there. Okay. Okay, so for the first card, we're going to mark at the 4-inch mark where we scored on each side, and then we're going to go down and score at 4 inches here, and that's what's going to create this effect on this. Okay, it will make sense in a minute. So I've got the 4-inch mark, and I'm going to mark this at 4 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. So I've got my 4-inch mark here, and I'm going to mark this. Move my cutter out of the way there. At 4 inches. Oh, isn't it nice that this is grid? This is a grid, and you can see it. Huh. Okay, that is great. Okay, now we're going to bring our cutter back, and we are going to cut from that 4-inch mark on the side to that 4-inch mark on top. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you want to line up that mark on the center of your cutting path. There we go. And that is it for that. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, and this is why we use pencil. The other day I did this and I didn't have a pencil, so I was using pen, and then I couldn't erase it. But that's why we use pencil. Okay, and now what we're going to do is this is going to fold in like this, because again, this is a double gatefold. Oops. And that looks a little crooked. Let me fix that. straighten that out a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to use this part, and what we want to do is line this up here like this, because this is where the fold is from that part, okay? So that is going to go like that. So I am now going to use some adhesive. And what I want to do here is make sure that I get these corners, because you don't want those to come up. And I'm going to get that long side. There we go. And what's really nice is with the glass mat, it cleans off very easily. You can use wipes. Alcohol wipes work really well to clean that off. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to trim a little bit right here. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing on this side. And so this is going to go this way. You could use a liquid glue also. If I'm using liquid glue for something like this, I let it sit for a minute or two. I put a block on top, and then I let it sit for a minute or two for the glue to dry. Okay, there we go. There we go. There is our piece. So now I will use my bone folder again and kind of get that going. There we go. Okay. And now what we want to do is you want a color for the inside that's a coordinating color. So I have white, but I could use this copper clay. That was the name of this paper. So this is 4 inches between here. So if you do 4 by 5 1/4, that's going to take up that whole piece. So it really just depends upon what you want and how large you want your mat to be. So I'm going to cut my mat down another 1/4 inch. And okay, and I think that's going to give me, yes, that gives me a much more even, now I have an even border around that. I'm into symmetrical things. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, here's my tape. Put my tape on. Now, if you wanted to, because this is a darker color, we could put a piece of white here. Nope, there we go. Okay, like that. There we go. I like that. Very nice. Okay, now for the next piece, you would decorate this. You could put a piece of white in here. So if you were going to do that and you wanted this border, I would make this, let's see, so this is 3 3/4. I would make this 3 1/2 or 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Something like that, and that would give you a nice wide border for that. Or you can have a more narrow border as well. So, okay, so the next piece is to make a belly band. So you want a piece that is 11 inches by 1 1/2 to 2 inches. It just depends upon how wide you want your belly band. So what I do is I lay this down on here. I carefully fold that over, and then you want your belly band to be loose so that you can take it on and off like this. Oops, there we go. You can see it moves on and off very easily. Okay, and so you don't want to fold that too tight. So when you do this side, you just want to let a little bit of extra space in there. So I kind of use my nail a little bit to help with that. And I'm going to, is that, that might be a little bit too tight still. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, so then you can just glue these ends here. And then you're going to take a fun shape and put that on the front and decorate that. So you can decorate this, and then I put a message down here so you can see. This is the happy birthday. Oops. And yeah, that one I made a little bit too tight. Okay, here we go. There's the happy birthday. And this one I didn't put a message on. I used the golden greenery. And I took advantage of that embossed pretty star paper on the inside. So, okay. So there is our double gatefold card with this pretty edge. And thanks for stopping by and watching my video.